we have our lovely stripper over here. Oh!
She died.
What?
Someone killed
Where is
her.
she?
That's the life of a stripper.
It is.
They eventually get stabbed by a John.
Well, and I don't know if you guys know this, and I'm talking to the people out there and you guys.
In YouTube land,
In YouTube land. Strippers are flaky. What? I can't believe it. I know. Who knew? All my strip club manager friends, they are. They are.
Usually as reliable as a judge is what I heard about strippers, but...
Yeah, Brandon and I have been trying to finagle strippers on the show. It's literally like herding cats.
Yeah, herding cats addicted to drugs, so it's even
Yes.
harder. Even harder.
Even harder. Cheers. But we have Jonathan Blake with us, who is not a stripper. Yay, Jonathan!
Yay.
Thank you.
He is a comedian, a very funny comedian. You started off as a Christian comedian, correct?
Yes,
And then turned Buddhist.
I did.
I think that's really funny.
Yeah, I'm glad you stopped being a Christian comic. They're usually terrible.
Really? I've never seen one.
They're all right.
Yeah?
I made much better money as a Christian comic.
Really?
I got booked for a 10-minute set at, why am I forgetting his name? Jim Jones's home church. The Kool-Aid.
Dropping names here.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Big name dropper. Okay, Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Jimmy J.
$250 for a 10-minute set.
That's because they feel guilty. You know, the Christians are like, oh, no, we have to pay him a lot, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Dang. What if I
That's
just
fair.
say I am and then... I
With
don't
your
know.
tits out?
Yeah, why not?
They're going to know.
I found Jesus.
You're going to completely burn just walking into a church. Just be like two silicone bags just left on the floor.
And I'll bring my tarot cards. I'll be like, let's do this.
Oh, boy. Yeah, yeah. Why did you switch from Christian to Buddhist? Acid.
I would like to try acid when I'm 70, I think.
70.
Hey.
And just walk into an ocean that may not actually be an ocean, but I'll just see it.
Or a
as an
tar pit. Who knows? Yeah.
ocean. Could be anything. So a number of reasons. I had for a brief time I had a agent for Christian comedy.
They have agents.
It was Jesus Christ. Still tip 10%.
He was wanting to book me out at $500 for a 30-minute set. And I was writing an essay how Christian culture is to Christianity what pornography is to sex. And he told me, I can't put you on stage. The devil's got a hold of you.
Oh.
So that's when my agent dropped me. And
Okay.
I had been going through, in high school, I went to Whittier Christian High School, and I was given an award for humility, and I was voted most Christ-like in the yearbook, and I was given an award for Christ-likeness. And I had been given an award for Christ-likeness in 6th grade, 8th grade, and 12th grade.
Wow.
Wow, most likely to be Christ. That's pretty impressive. Nice.
Thank
Good
you.
job, yeah.
But I found it can go to your head. If enough people tell you you're like Christ, you start thinking about the church and thinking, you know, I don't like how this is going. So I was getting upset at what I thought were hypocritical, contradictory practices in the faith.
So you really are like Christ-like.
And I decided, I thought, do I want to be an angry Christian or would I rather be a peaceful Buddhist? And I decided that I prefer the cushion to the cross and I would rather be awake than on fire. So
Huh?
I could have, in a popular term in contemporary Christianity is being on fire for God.
Oh.
Like a pyre, like a
Or
flame burning.
like Jordan in the fourth quarter. Just is on fire.
Yes.
Is that a good term or a bad term? On fire? Probably bad. They don't like fire. Not big fire fans in Christianity.
Good.
I heard.
Well,
Don't like barbecues.
they like
Forest
martyrs.
fires.
They love a good martyr. Oh, they
would
can't
love
get
my
enough.
mother.
They love one martyr. Yep. She might be the next Christ. Not
She's
not
Christ-like.
the Virgin Mary. Certainly not.
She says Jesus Christ a lot.
Ooh.
Yeah. Usually
okay.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. It's her favorite. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So what I liked about the Buddha story is that he died when he was 80 because he accepted bad pork from a blind villager because he didn't want to offend the villager for his act of generosity. So he ate the pork knowing that it was rancid.
See how PC gets the best of you? then?
Yeah.
Whereas Christ died when he was 33.
Well,
And I thought that I'd rather die when I'm 80 of bad pork than die when I'm 33 of a crucifixion. So it's been working out.
he's a thinker.
I'm 36 now, so it's been working out so far.
Avoided crucifixion for 3 years. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Bring out the cross. Bring out the burning cross. Producer?
We have a mortar. How do you say it? Martyr.
We don't have a cross budget. We're very kind of low budget here. We couldn't afford the cross. Otherwise, that was going to be. We got that.
We've got my boobs with the microphone.
Those are not your boobs. I'm not going to get in trouble for fondling that
No.
glittery
And
dinosaur.
I brought some fruit.
Nice.
Today.
Those are my testicles. So just chew them up.
Very tasty.
This is all very Jesus-y. Just, this is all parts of us.
The body and the wine and the.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Very good.
And then I was a Buddhist minister's assistant for a year. So I would help lead meditation and give talks. And there was something about sitting in meditation and breathing that when the minister rang the bell for us to come back, I found myself smiling. And it wasn't necessarily because I was happy. I feel it was because my body was at rest. And I feel when our bodies are at rest, it's natural to smile. So it felt like I was breathing for the first time. And there's something about breath, being able to come back to your own breath and find your own security in yourself, that really resonated with me. And I felt like I'm no longer waiting on Christ to save me. I'm no longer waiting on salvation. I always have my breath with me to be in that present moment. And that resonated with me in a way that I appreciated.
That's cool.
I've had that same experience, honestly, with the pipe of opium, though. Just, taking one good breath, and I just feel completely at peace. So I get what you're saying.
My
I
first
get it.
time being high, I was high for about 12 hours.
Wow.
And all was love, and I met myself in the spaces in between, and I was beautiful.
Okay, real quick. Can we guess that drug?
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun. Fun game.
Put up the guess
Guess
that
that
drug
drug.
graphic.
Oh, I don't even know what that looks like.
Yep, nope, see, that was made up. We do not have
I was
one.
like,
Can't
I'm so
afford.
excited to
Yeah,
see
I
this
wish we could.
graphic.
I was believing.
Guess
my
that
God.
drug. I
We
believe
need
it
to get that
I
graphic.
wanted to believe, That's part of it. The secret. What is your guess for what drug? What were the effects again? You said high for 12 hours. That's a key.
I'm thinking acid.
Ooh, 12. 12 is kind of long, but it could have been a lot of acid. But it's
Yeah.
high for 12 hours. And what did you realize during these 12 hours?
I met myself in the spaces in between, and I was beautiful. I felt as happy as a pig eating ice cream.
Angel dust?
Angel dust. Yeah, smoke some sherm. That could be PCP. But I don't think he doesn't look like a PCP guy. We gotta also look
No.
at the guy. Unless you were
Yeah.
tricked. Did you get like a training day? Someone told you it was weed, and then it's like, oh, you ever get wet?
Oh. That's a bad day.
No, that's not a good day.
No.
Wow.
No.
I thought I had brain damage when I was in the middle of all of it, but
Could be acid. Could
I'm
be
thi-
acid.
I'm going
Brain
with
damage
acid.
is common with acid. 12 hours. That's reactive.
I heard that you get on that train and it's hard to get off. Because it's just taking you. You're like, ah.
Like a mescaline guy. He said Buddhism, maybe something earthy, with an earthy.
Oh, I saw something on.
Peyote, perhaps?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Something natural.
Okay.
Okay.
What is your
Drum
final?
roll.
What is your final?
I'm still going with acid. Yeah.
I'll go, you know what? I'll go ayahuasca.
Oh.
Ayahuasca.
Oh, that's that thing in South America, right?
Yep, exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Lisa Ling did a whole thing. Was it her? I don't know. One of the CNN people.
Don't watch the news.
Oh.
Don't watch the news. More
Don't.
of a
It's depressing
more
right
of
now.
a video game guy. I get
Oh,
all
okay,
my news
okay.
from there. Mario's in trouble. Printez is in trouble. I can tell you all about that. Okay, so what was the
Drum roll.
what was the drug?
it was weed.
Weed.
No, you don't
were
say.
high for 12 hours.
What kind of weed did you smoke?
Well,
It was laced.
Yeah, I hope it was laced.
so my sister gave me the piece, and then I smoked it, and then she took it from me and went, John, where'd the bowl go? I said, what do you mean? You're like, I'd like to smoke the whole thing. And then she handed me a potato chip, which I then tried to bring to my mouth, and it took me about 2 minutes. And then I missed my mouth.
Whoa.
And
It's
then
like going in outer space and it went that way.
And then I went to the restroom to look at my eyes, and they were just so heavy. So this was my first time being high. I just remember it happened the night before because I wasn't sleeping that well, and at the time I was living at home. So I just remember thinking, I don't know if I should go downstairs now. And that was about into the early morning.
Yeah, don't go downstairs. That would have ruined the high. That would have brought you right down. That would have probably been a 30-minute high if you would have seen your parents or something.
Yeah, who's
Very
downstairs?
enjoyable. That's a waste of weed.
Is that parents downstairs?
Yeah. so
Oh,
living at home,
yeah.
mm.
No. Ooh, we're on the high.
Ooh, oh, nice.
Oh, what is that?
Outer space.
Very cool.
Angel
Oh,
dust.
angel dust.
Yeah.
Much like the universe.
It was the first time I ever took a selfie because I was just so content with myself.
How old were you?
How long ago was this? Yeah.
33?
You got high for the
Ooh.
first time at 33? Oh, man.
Wow.
You held out a long time. You were a drug virgin for a very long time.
Yes. Which I think I've heard is why perhaps my brain was able to, or why I was able to go through it in such a way. Because I've heard that the younger you are, the more it can lead to like that anxiety or those bad trips. But when I shared what my experience was, my friends were telling me it sounded like you went on a trip. It sounded like you experienced more than just being high. But
Yeah, no, definitely did. Never heard 12 hours. What's that?
The Target bag, can you move it?
Oh, they don't
Oh.
sponsor us yet. So we got to take this Target bag
It looks
out of the
like
way.
it's not.
One day they'll sponsor us.
One
but just
day.
not.
One day, Target.
but it
One day
it
we'll have
really-
like nipple pasties of just Target, and that'll be your side, Aaron.
Yeah.
You'll have to do that. No one
Yeah.
wants to.
Maybe they will. Maybe they're gonna
Yeah,
be like,
depends on what
Brandon,
demographic."
where's the Target nipple? What do they call them? Pasties.
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 Yeah.
it really helped me because I felt that there was no depression because there was no comparison, and there was no anxiety because there was no expectation, and I was just in a place of it's all good.
Whatever way you can trick yourself into thinking you don't get depressed, I support that. I wish I had that. I do not have that.
Cheers.
Very depressed.
Yeah.
I want to cry every night. Cheers.
Sometimes they do. All right.
There we go.
Moving on. That's comedy.
Sure. That's what we'll call it.
Yes.
Talk through the tears.
Talk through it.
Did Jamie text you back?
Let's
Jamie's
look.
producer.
No.
Is that him? No.
We have Jamie, our producer, bringing the stripper friend, and still
It's not me.
no
So
herding cats once again over there. It's going well. Yeah.
can you, producer? Can you green screen in a stripper real quick? Perfect.
Yeah. We'll just.
Perfect.
She'll just be quiet. Quiet little
Maybe just
stripper.
okay. Yeah. You know what to do. You just put on some big tits maybe on in the background.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah. I guess then we get our strippers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So oh, I was gonna say, have you been performing a lot now that you're a Buddhist?
Yeah, I've so in the last year, in the last year I've been in about a
Sorry, real
100
quick. Wait, are you playing now the Buddhist shows, but they don't pay anything? They pay you in like, we're giving you humility here. You have up to in karma.
How come
They pay you.
I almost said the strippers because I looked at that. How come the Christians have all the money? Christians and strippers. Why do they have the money?
Because they guilt their members into donating money. Give
Oh.
10%, 15%. Yeah.
They do
They
collect.
pass the hat. Every
Oh.
Sunday you get shaken down.
The
Give us
Buddhists,
some.
the Buddhists aren't doing that.
Buddhists don't do that. No. You can't.
No.
You can't put a wallet in one of those robes. No one has their wallet on them.
I used
what I
to
know.
do pedicures for a Buddhist monk.
Ooh.
Good tipper,
or
bad
no,
tipper.
Tibetan monk, whatever.
Ooh, that's pure. That's the pure
Yeah.
stuff, uncut. right?
And he would look at my boobs a lot, which I didn't care.
That was a Zen spot. That was Zen for him.
He would tip so well, and he always pulled out a wad of cash. I'm like, "You're really a drug dealer, aren't you? This is all a cover." And he would smile because he didn't know English. And it was in Long Beach. What are you gonna do?
Did you ever find out where he got his money from?
No,
Don't even ask.
I
at that
didn't
point.
ask.
Don't ask.
I didn't
Don't
want
ask.
that train to end. I was
Yeah.
like,
Opium.
Ah.
I feel like the Silk Road,
Ooh.
coming on the Silk Road, you know?
he was very peaceful.
Going
Red robe.
Nice.
Yeah, he had red sports shorts on underneath. Yeah, not naked.
You don't usually see that.
No.
What did you wear under the? Did you ever wear the robe?
I never made it that far.
Oh, you gotta. It's like Scientology. You gotta get to that level, huh?
Oh.
Operating Thetan Buddhist.
My at the time, I'm the first person in my family's recorded history to ever identify as non-Christian. So
Heathen.
And recorded history, they have a book of
No.
John was a Christian, Davy,
my
Dwight.
my parents were missionary kids, and my grandparents were missionaries, and their parents were missionaries and ministers, and then their parents. So there's a history of people in positions in the church and spreading the gospel. So I was the first to ever identify as non-Christian. So when I would see my mom, she would just close the door and start crying
Oh my gosh.
because her only son was going to hell. And then my dad would tell my sister, "Your brother is a disappointment to us every time he leaves the house." Because I was going to church.
And they didn't even know you were doing comedy at this point. They were just.
That would be a real
Yeah,
disappointment.
only they knew.
So I was on track to eventually going to Japan to being ordained. But there was that part of me that felt, for whatever reason, I wouldn't tell my parents, but for whatever reason, I feel as I'm getting the bzzz that my mom would just have a heart attack, because somehow she would know. So
What is the buzz?
getting my head
Shit in
buzzed.
the head.
Oh.
Is that
That's a
happens
Buddhist
That's
for
thing?
part of it. Yeah.
Oh.
part of the
You can't have a comb as a Buddhist.
part,
You just-
part
they
of
look
the,
down on that.
Really?
part of
No,
the
I don't know. I'm
giving
making that
giving up
up.
the
I don't know.
attachments to
Oh.
To combs.
earthly.
Yeah. Hats.
Um,
They don't like headwear in Buddhism. Buddha didn't wear.
Hey, my
Yeah.
monk was bald. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was more of a
Simplicity.
hereditary thing, I think, with him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I don't know.
And everyone else in my program was in their 70s. So they had families and careers, and I thought, I've got a little time. So what I had always wanted to do was I had always wanted to be a cartoonist. So I thought, here's my chance. So I went to Fullerton College to take art classes to work toward being a storyboard artist. So that was partially why I did not go forward with becoming a Buddhist minister, which if I had kept going, then I would have been given the little training robe, as it were. And then
Okay.
Do you
Sorry.
still live with your parents?
We have
No.
to cut from the story. Real quick. I'm sorry. There's just a woman shaking her ass on the. Just so you know, you're telling your life story. You're pouring your heart out here, and our producer. Can you at least raise it up a bit so we can see the goodies here?
I don't know if I know how to do that.
It's just for him
I'm
then.
not the regular producer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
We'll find a different one.
But
Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah. Fine. Oh, but
has a
she does have a cross on her
I
tits.
thought it was appropriate.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Up.
Oh.
They're up. They're coming out.
Okay.
Wow. Those
Okay.
are some
That's in
giant.
focus.
Giant.
That would make me
boobs.
believe in Jesus. I am converted.
Jesus is a giver.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
the best.
Great bounty. So I'm sorry. As you were saying.
Sure.
Yes.
So I
should go in and out of that. Yeah.
so I moved out to Monterey Park in December. So that's where I'm living now. And then to go back to the doing shows, I've been since not this most recent July, but the July previous. I've been in about 130 shows.
Oh,
Nice counting. Good. Good.
Thank you. So that's been nice. So I've been doing stand-up and improv and clown and idiot work. And
what's idiot work?
so idiot work it's about coming out with nothing, and then whatever the energy is in the room, whatever you're receiving from the audience, building on that. And a part of it is never letting the audience feel safe enough that they can stop paying attention. Not in a way that they're in danger, but in a way that you're still taking care of them, but you're continually bringing them in or subverting the expectations.
You're bringing out a knife, but it's a plastic knife. It's a rubber knife.
Yeah.
You're still like stabbing it in their faces. I like this.
I like
Idiot
that.
work. This is.
I kind of want
right
to
up my
throw it
alley.
at their heads. Is that wrong?
No.
It's happened. So a part of that idea is you go to places, much like what was happening. So you
Jesus
go to
Christmas.
Wait, what's that? Is that Pringles? I love Pringles.
Cocaine.
Oh, it's
Oh,
a Coke
We
can.
are really teasing
that's
the
a
audience because
long Coke can.
we can see the tits on the green screen.
Yeah.
Magnificent, but all they're really seeing is just
Oh, look at those blue nails. That's a pretty color.
that's magic. That's Scotch tape. That's not holding that. No,
No.
this is not.
Those are small boobs.
This isn't real. This is. Yeah, no, that's not real. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's finding moments of absurdity and contrasting that with moments of sincerity, and then never staying in the same place for too long. But
We have to stay on the stage.
sure,
Okay.
but in terms of not being in a emotional place for too long, you transition from that into a more playful, absurd, and then not staying in that for too long, but allowing that to take you to another. So it's finding that flow.
Okay, real quick. Less boobs, producer, please. This is distracting to probably our audience on the thing, because we're about to do a bit here.
We are?
Put up the bit graphic. Don't have that graphic. Yeah, oh, we certainly are. Do you want to do some idiot work for us? Just show us what that's
Oh.
like? You're like, no, but please, though.
Oh,
Because I still don't know exactly, like,
yeah.
does it work on an audience of two? I'm compelled to watch you right now. I'm not looking away.
sure. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So how I'd say how I do idiot
Uh-huh.
work.
He's going to throw that cup of water in one of our faces.
Oh, God.
Wait for it, or his own face.
I would actually like to say that what was going on could be seen as a bit if I were to be sharing sincere stories from my life while absurd things were going on in the background. That juxtaposition brings people to.
Oh,
Oh.
the producer was right with the tits all along.
Oh,
Always
yay.
trust the producer.
Always trust.
Always trust tits.
Always trust
tits.
tits.
Without
As-
tits, none of us would be alive.
As the barber at my work always says, everybody loves boobs. He's Middle Eastern. Yeah.
He's quite a. Is he a Mensa member? How did he figure that out? Wow, that is insightful.
It's deep. It's deep.
But so you couldn't idiot us, or you couldn't idiot work us. I don't know what it is, but I kind of know what it is. But is there any? Do you have to like go like out of the shot and then like come back in and like do like a wacky chicken dance or something? I don't know.
No, not necessarily. And I'd say each individual kind of finds their own way
Uh-huh.
into idiot work.
Okay.
So I'm taking an idiot writing class right now.
Wow, it's actually called Idiot. I've done improv, but never.
So
is there an idiot's guide to idiot work?
I mean,
Is
I
that
was
idiots?
an idiot in school, so
I'm right there with you.
yeah,
I'm right there with you.
I had that covered. Check.
But also, real quick, I want to say that if you can't really do idiot work, I don't even care, because also as comedians, we hate it when we tell people we're comedians and they're like, oh, well, tell us a joke. Like, no, I don't fucking want to. This isn't a stage.
We're like, what are
Fuck
you, a nurse? Bandage my hand.
Are you a porn star? Take a dick right now. It's like, no.
Are you a bartender? I want a drink now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Like, I'm trying to think of other professions.
So you're taking an idiot writing class, and what does what do you do?
So one of the exercises was we were meant to write a secret, and then something that we don't just share with the general public, and then that goes in a hat, and then there's an object on the stage, which we take the object, and then we pick a secret out of the hat, one that's not ours, and then we write from the perspective of that object as if it was that object's secret.
I'm totally lost. I stopped at object number 1.
Okay, yeah. So you're assigning a secret to an inanimate object. Assigning
So,
a
like, I
secret, a
would
human
tell
secret
my
to an inanimate.
boobs about the drug experience I had in the South. Oh, okay.
And then you would write about that story from the perspective of.
My boobs? Oh.
I would also like to say for first-time viewers, she's talking about the dinosaur. She calls her boobs. Why do you do that?
My boobs are like a dinosaur because they're real and you don't see real boobs anymore. They're very extinct and they're old. So they're like, "Rah!" They're a dinosaur.
This
So
is true.
I glittered my dinosaur and I named him My Boobs.
Yeah, and your boobs have claws and scaly skin, and they were thought to have feathers on them at one point. Now scientists aren't sure. We don't know.
They don't know. My boobs are actually very lovely.
Yeah.
I actually have very light nipples. I'll share this with everyone. I do. And when I first danced, I put lipstick on my nipples because everybody else had darker nipples. And I thought, oh, you're supposed to have darker nipples. And the house mom at the time was like, no, don't put lipstick on your nipples. And I go, why? But apparently nobody likes lipstick on the nipples.
Did you ever leave a nip print on a guy like in a lap dance?
No, because I quit wearing lipstick on my nipples. But I was a dental assistant, and I poured my boobs up in stone. I took a mold like they do in your mouth, but I slapped it on my boobs. And the dentist would have been mad if he would have been there, but he wasn't. And then I took it off and poured it up in stone. And then I made a hole in it so it would hang on the wall. And my gay stepbrother loved my boobs so much he took it. Yeah. See, gay men love boobs too. Everybody loves boobs. Yeah.
It's what unifies us.
Yeah.
That, by the way, is like you can take a stripper out of the strip club, but you can't take the stripper out of who's. That's great.
In the dental office, topless,
dental-
pouring
yeah.
up my boob in stone. I wonder where
Nice.
my boob is now. That rock hard tit. That
So it's not even-
21-year-old tit.
It's not even the mold of it. It's the hard. You can toss around your boob like it's.
It's a rock.
Like it's a rock. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the Chuck E. Cheese game where you kind of just throw the ball and it
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of flips into the thing.
I forget what that.
skee-ball?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I couldn't
look like
remember
you
the
know
name
skee-ball.
of it. Yeah.
Good. You look like you get the high score in skee ball all the time. Like you ruin it for the kids.
Just getting your stroke down.
It is repetition. That's true, and I'm really bad at that.
Yeah, I never was good at that.
Can I call up Jamie?
Yes. Okay. Let's call Jamie. He's
We're gonna get
bringing
him on
the stripper.
speakerphone.
Okay.
I'm gonna
think
put
this'll be
this. I'm gonna put the phone up to my mic.
Okay.
So our listeners can hear this, and we're gonna talk to him about why the stripper is not here yet. Because
good.
we
She wanted
called
to
him.
straighten her hair.
That was a half an hour ago.
I don't know how curly her hair is. Maybe.
Who's ever said does that stripper not have flat ironed hair?
I got my
Get
hair
her off
straightened
the
yesterday
stage.
for it.
Give me that pregnant stripper with a tampon hanging out. At least she's done her hair. Hello?
If you're pregnant, you wouldn't have a tampon in. Just a little FYI.
Hi, Jamie. You're on the show. You're
Hi,
first
Jamie.
time caller, and first time listener.
Okay. Hey, how's it going? We're almost there.
Woo!
Yeah, we're turning right on Lamson Avenue, I believe. I don't know.
Perfect.
We're here
Just
filming in beautiful Garden Grove.
tell her she can come in topless if she wants. That's her decision. That's not real.
Oh.
We're not allowed to do that.
Okay.
That's not real.
Oh, we're not.
This is YouTube. You can't do that. On YouTube?
Robert
no,
would
no,
say
no,
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 but
you
you're
cannot.
saying yes.
we can see her tits, but no, our viewers will. We'll get the Target pasties. We'll fashion something.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm almost there.
Okay.
I'll see you in a second, all right?
Okay.
All
Bye.
right.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll make the pasties.
He said he's almost there, so that's probably another half hour.
Yeah.
Probably another half hour. That's fine.
I'll
I
sign.
brought Yelp reviews. I don't know. Should we save them for the girl?
Ooh.
It'd be kind of fun for her to read them, huh?
Yelp reviews of strippers.
Strip clubs, yes.
Oh.
And I like to focus on different areas. This week we're focusing on San Francisco, the Bay Area. Yeah. So we got some lesbians speaking out.
Have you mixed in at San Francisco? Did you mix in any of the gay clubs, gay strip clubs?
I didn't discriminate. I just put strip clubs. So I don't know. There was women that were critiquing about girls.
So are there women strippers in strip clubs only for women? I guess,
No.
is that?
I have not seen that. I don't know about the Bay Area. Who knows?
Have you ever been to a male strip club? Also, you
Yes.
too, if you wanna-
Yes.
Yeah, you have.
Oh, I thought you were asking her.
Oh.
No, I haven't. I've one reason why I never felt comfortable going into a strip club is I've been involved in a lot of work with human trafficking. So the idea
what?
that
Human trafficking, like sex trafficking. So
Were
you have basically your own. You don't even need to go to strip. You got like a whole.
Were you
You're like the
human
Hugh
trafficked?
Hefner
oh
of,
no, but
of
I just
Vietnamese women, Cambodian women that had to buy their way here.
I would just feel very uncomfortable if the girls there were.
How
I mean,
did-
that's sex trafficking. Though. Would you, if we showed you their papers that they were born here, would that make it better for
Wait,
you?
how were you involved? Like, did you buy them? Did you
No,
sell
I
them?
worked in social services, so
Oh, okay.
or doing
I'm
stand
like, were
up.
you a pimp?
No.
Could've
I,
been.
That would be funny. That would be funny.
I did write a play called Big Daddy's Big Day about a Jewish pimp on his first day of work. And then he was learning how to pimp from Big Red, who was very into cruelty-free prostitution.
Oh, much like those shampoos, you know, the cruelty free.
Or
yeah.
the dolphin safe tuna.
Yeah.
This pimp didn't put any six-pack rings around the
No.
hooker's necks, so
Yeah.
that's.
No
that's
animal
a good-
testing, no hooker testing.
Are you Jewish?
No,
No, wait, you're Buddhist.
no, he's Christian.
Oh,
I don't know.
I
He's
studied.
Wiccan. I don't know. I'm kidding.
Blessed be, blessed be.
Blessed be. Oh, very good.
I did get to wear a yarmulke once for a class presentation, so
Oh.
that was nice.
You could keep wearing that yarmulke. If you said you were Jewish, I would believe you.
Or Amish. Why not?
Or
I felt so. I do really enjoy studying Judaism. I felt that there was a bit too much history for me to really feel comfortable.
The Holocaust was a bit heavy, huh?
A bit heavy.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
to
yeah.
just join later on, and it just felt.
Like you skipped that part, so.
Felt like it was like a bandwagon, jumping on a bandwagon.
You're like, well, you went through your hell already. Now I'm coming on. Prior to that.
They're doing well. The Jews are doing well now.
I love
Jewish people.
Jews. Yeah, I wish I were
Huge
Jewish.
fan, huge fan. I get mistaken for Jewish all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not, but because I'm mistaken so often for a Jew, that when someone makes kind of anti-Semitic remarks around me, that's obviously not Jewish, they'll look at me to see if that's okay. And usually I'll be like, no. You'll be like,
You're like, I'm very
like it.
offended.
yeah. So I've become kind of like a surrogate representative for the.
You're a
Jewish
Jewish
people. Yeah, yeah,
spokesperson.
yeah.
I
I like
will
that.
say that I've always thought that it's rather ridiculous for Christians who have been upset at Jews for the crucifixion of Jesus. Because if, according to Christians, Jesus came back to life, to me that should be like no harm, no foul.
Good point. Good point.
And Jesus was a Jew.
Yeah.
And Jesus was also a Jew. Yeah.
So Christians are mad at Jews because they killed Jesus because he's Jewish. Ah, I'm so confused.
If my God, if I believed in a God one day, and if my God was belonging to another religion, probably go to that religion.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, hey, Jesus, if he was a Jew, I'd be like, gonna investigate Judaism now.
Mm-hmm.
See what he likes.
I have so many Jewish friends. I love Jews. Yeah.
That
Big
is-
heart for Jews.
That is our theme for
Ah.
today. And then next week we're gonna do the anti-Semitic portion. We'll bring in the swastikas. You'll be dressed up, and we'll have, painted on tattoos of swastikas. It'll just really help your career in comedy, right?
Yeah, that's not going to go over well. No. That's what one of my friends said. So I heard Nazis are back. I was like, whoa, what? Wait.
They never left.
I go, it's a whole different crew of them now. Yeah, it's kind of odd. Oh, we're off on a weird subject, aren't we? Oh,
Yes.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for
alcohol?
another Red Bull,
Oh,
Which
he's
is-
having a panic attack.
which is kind of like my Cinderella pumpkin thing. Because if I don't get caffeine, we're in like 4 hours of sleep. We'll see what happens. We will see what. If I fall asleep in stripper tits tonight,
Where,
I'll be a landlord.
where's the Red Bull? Ah!
it's fine.
Oh,
Ah.
Got the Target
So,
bag.
I was gonna read the Yelp things, but I guess we'll wait for the stripper. Would you like me to tell the story we were talking about
I
off
like
air?
that story.
Sure.
Okay, so how I got into stripping. I was like 22. I was with a really, really, really bad boyfriend because that's how it always starts. And he was hot though, so that's important because every time you think, why would you be with him? You look at him and you go, oh yeah, he's 6'6" and tan and beautiful and you know all that.
Large,
Large down
Large,
there. Yes. very-
down there, penis.
Yeah.
If no one got it, the penis, the human male penis.
I grew up in.
Real quick,
yeah.
sorry, before we get into it. Have you Facebooked him since then?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Oh, we get updates.
I found out he was living in California.
Mm.
And I left him in South Carolina, and I was like, what in the hell? Because he was kind of crazy. He told me once that song was out by Pearl Jam about burying her in the yard and the dog smelling her, and he said, one day I'll do that to you. He was crazy, but hot. And
Also sounds like a really bad open micer for comedy.
yeah,
I've heard an open micer do that joke about 50 times, but
really?
not really, but kind of.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Just rough jokes like that is what I was getting
Yeah,
at.
it's bad. So when I saw he was in California, I was like, holy shit, he's gonna come out and kill me, right? If he sees me. And so this was years and years later.
Also, holy shit, there's a big dick in town.
Well, yeah. So I started stalking him then, and I was like, "Why are you in California?" Blah 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 blah. And then I told my husband. Now I was like, "He's here in California, and blah blah blah, and he's stalking me." And he said, "Who's stalking who?" I was like, "Oh, why do you have to make sense?" Which yeah,
Okay.
infuriated me.
Okay.
Yeah. But I did get into stripping because of him because we moved to another state, South Carolina. We had no money. He said he couldn't get a job. He dropped me off at a strip club. I was very young, very naive, and I got a job as a cocktail waitress. And then that led into stripping because I saw this girl making more money than I was, and she was heavier than me. I thought you had to be like that big. So I was like, okay.
That is the gateway. That's like in the
It
porn
is.
world where they do kind of just girl on girl, and then eventually down the line they're doing triple anal.
Ah.
There's good money in there. There's good
Yeah.
money.
So yeah, that happened, and then it got into abusive relationship, like bruises, bite marks, like bad things. He was cheating, doing drugs, and I didn't believe any of it. And then I found a bra in my bed, and I was like, "This is not my bra." He tried to convince me it was my bra.
Did he try to convince you that it was maybe his bra? Like he had kind of a thing, like.
Yeah,
Did you didn't try to pull that? Huh? That would have been my move, and it would have been very believable.
I would have believed that.
I give
coming
off that
from you.
vibe,
I know.
yeah.
I would have.
I
I
give
would
off
have
that
enjoyed
vibe.
that. And he took all my money from me every night. I'd come home and he'd give me like $10, $20. So
You never tried to hide it? Stuff it up your cooch or
I am
something?
so bad at hiding things. Yeah. If you ever want
Oh.
to know anything about me, just ask. I'm so honest, and I will show you everything. I'm like, here. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Oh, God. What's your social security number?
It's too. No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
no. Oh, no.
I'm like, just ask Equifax. Isn't that?
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have it. Yeah.
Database.
So everybody will have it soon. Yeah. Date of birth, all that. Yeah, you got it. But then, this is a thing I never realized, and this is a thing I think young strippers really need to know because there are so many girls that are being controlled by guys that are stripping. Is that it's your money. You have the power. Like they don't have the power, and they take the money from you, and you think you can't live without them. I don't know why. And
Good dick. Probably very large penises.
And
it
they
seems like. I couldn't
brainwash
pull
you
that
to
out.
think like you can't.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah,
it's
yeah.
insane. So then when I found the bra in my bed, I realized I don't need you. And then I kicked him out, and And then I got a job at a restaurant and met my husband and got pregnant because I had thrown away my birth control pills. And I told my husband, don't sleep with me. I probably have AIDS at this point because he cheated, but I didn't. And then I got pregnant. Anyway.
And then he got AIDS. Then he
We can
got
always
AIDS.
hope.
Hey,
Hey, look
AIDS
who's
is
here!
terrible.
Jamie's here!
Speaking of AIDS,
Jamie!
we have a guest on the show.
Yay!
Phones out. Phones out. We like, hi. How you doing?
Hi. Come on over here.
Hi.
You can have a
Hey.
seat.
How are you doing?
Micro up.
My name
Hi.
is Brandon.
I'm Erin. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Susan.
Jonathan.
Oh, yeah. You just put a mic on right there.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
You are our second stripper besides myself. Well, no, third if you
Third
count
stripper.
me.
Third
Yeah.
stripper.
To
Legacy.
grace our show.
Legacy stripper. Yay!
Would you like a cocktail or wine or water or
Yeah, I'll get wine.
wine? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Because we're classy like that.
Cool.
All right. And I have berries too, just so we're healthy.
Perfect.
Do you still strip?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go to work right now.
Oh, okay, cool. Where are you working?
Cool.
Can we? Are we allowed
wanna-
to say?
It's
Plug
in
it or-
Anaheim.
Oh, okay. Well, they're all in Anaheim.
Yeah. Well, I used to work at some in Santa Ana.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good.
California girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Wait. Actually, yeah, that was the first one, but I didn't really like it there.
Oh, I've
It's
heard
too
mixed reviews about
Which
California girls.
which strip clubs? Because sorry, so you guys are obviously strip club connoisseurs of the area. What are the good strip clubs? Like, ooh, like if I could advise a friend to go to this one, take them to that
Well,
one.
I'm older. Back in my day, it was Spearmint Rhino was
The one in LA?
the one in City of Industry was always like the best,
Oh, I
or
remember
like
that one.
Ecstasy was a good one too.
Good drug to be on. Great
I like to
drug
go to,
be on.
have you guys heard of Sam's or Deja Vu After Hours?
Mhm.
I usually like to go there.
Hospra or Sam's Hof.
No, Sam's After Dark. It's
Oh.
open from 3 to like 6 in the morning.
Oh wow.
So we usually go there to like party.
Oh, that's cool. Do they serve alcohol or
Hey.
it's dude?
No, they serve alcohol, but you gotta pay a little bit more.
Oh,
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
okay.
The last strip club I went to was in Bellflower, and it was called Headquarters.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Well, because it's not really a strip club. It's kind of just it started out, it's a comedy show up front, and then at around 10 just these women with these black women with just with large asses and tits would just come into the room, and then we built kind of like just a chair, like chairs around them, and they just started stripping just in the middle of the room.
Comedy
not
show and then they're
bad.
stripping.
Yeah.
That's how comedy started. Burlesque.
That is, yeah, making fun of the strippers. That's just the rich history of.
I don't think they were making fun of them. Were they? Brandon, you know nothing.
I know very little. I do a lot of idiot work. It's a callback
Well, we
to.
just learned. Jonathan is a comedian also, and he was a Christian comedian and has turned Buddhist. So
Pure's Driven Snow. Never been to a strip club, right?
No.
you
Never been to a
haven't?
strip club.
Never?
He
No.
got high the first time at 33 for 12 hours.
Right.
I know. We're trying to get
Wasting
that.
it. You're wasting those years. But so you've never been to a strip club,
No.
and so you said you had some goals or something for like a certain point in your life.
Yeah. So in high school, I was voted most Christ-like in the yearbook,
Okay.
or as I like to say, most likely to die by the age of 33.
Yep.
So my goal before I turned 33 was to get high, get drunk, and make out with someone, because I had never done any of that before.
Okay.
Before 33, you had it?
No. So,
And then I feel like this trend might even be continuing to present day. I don't want to speak for you. I'm making assumptions.
it was a fun year.
Oh, he got wild.
Oh, Mister.
So
Got a play
Have
over
you
here.
been high by 33?
Mr.
Well, you're not
Poonhound.
33.
I've never gotten high in my life.
Now we feel bad for you.
Why? I just
Because
drink,
it's so much
and
fun.
I actually just started drinking. Like,
Okay.
I didn't even drink like in high school or anything.
Well, that's good. Well, good. Yeah, add a couple more drugs to that.
No.
You and
Add
Jonathan
a
might get
couple
along
more
here.
good ones. Yeah.
So I was in the theater department. So that was my first experience really going to parties. So a friend invited me to her birthday party, and she was like, "You can do all three at mine." So
Okay.
I took my first shot of vodka,
And you were 33 going to a high school theater party?
college.
Okay. Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay.
I mean, many of them were 19 and 20, but it was still college.
Still college. Okay. Fits. Checks out.
So I had a shot of vodka, and then I ended up taking 100 selfies, not just of myself, but with
100?
everyone.
Mhm.
So it
Oh,
was
like Ellen at the Oscars.
yeah.
Yeah.
So pairs and trios and groups and just snap, snap, snap.
Snap, snap, snap.
So that was me getting. I was happy to be drunk enough as that for having
Yeah,
my
and
shot
that
of
really
vodka.
brings out then the worst in you if you're just taking a bunch of selfies. That's terrible. That really is. All right, stay off the booze then.
but
That's
nice night.
fair.
And then
I react to that like someone that gets like angry and hits people when they drink. Like hearing that gets that out of you, I'm like, oh no, that's bad.
But and that was around the time when Snapchat was happening, so a lot of Snapchatting. So that was fun. And then I got high, which I shared a little before, and that was about 12 hours and just all was love. And it felt like if all my personal issues were in my email inbox after I got high, they were all gone. And I could just
Perfect.
filter through the. So that
We would
that-
like to now, yes, advertise for pro drugs. Sometimes they're the right answer, kids.
Sometimes.
I
yeah.
believe
more you know.
so.
So how long?
Can you put up the more you know graphic, please?
How long have you been
5 minutes.
stripping?
Yeah.
Since like 2011.
Oh, okay. So
Real
I
quick,
had to think what year it
producer,
was.
is she
6 years.
talking loud enough on the mic or no? Good. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You're talking kind of low.
And yeah, but it was on and off. It wasn't like all
Oh.
years.
Have you ever made a dude come in his pants?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all have, Brandon.
So is that a compliment? Or are you like, oh, or are you expecting a pretty good tip after that,
Yeah.
or just a kind of like
obviously.
or a rubbery tip? That's how it goes.
Brandon just wants to come in his pants. That's why he's asking.
Usually that's my MO. Yeah.
Do you go to strip clubs often?
No, I went to that one in Bellflower,
You would hate
half a year
Brandon at
ago.
a strip club.
and I'm really bad at
Is he
strip
not
club.
a tipper?
I'm not a tipper.
He's a taker.
I'm
He's a taker.
You're damn right I am.
He found money on the floor after someone made it rain, and he took it and then
And then
left.
It wasn't off the
He didn't even
stage.
tip the girl. He took it and left.
It's found money. Who's to say whose it is? Someone has to end up with it. There's no names
I was like,
attached to it. It was on the
Brandon,
floor. It was on. One of them was a 20. I'm gonna go back there, and I have a job now. I'm gonna tip. I'll tip him. But yeah.
That's bad karma right there.
Yeah, no. I like to go to a strip club and pay as little as I possibly can to see as much
You
tits
would
as I
hate
can.
him at a
For
club.
me, it's like a dollar to tit ratio. I want it to be very high in the tit area. I feel like
This
I'm getting more
guy-
value out of it.
I feel like this guy would be VIP material here.
Yeah, you want a hand job to some top 40s music, or
I just want to support people doing what they love.
Not
that's a
everybody
great
gets
great
hand
sidestep.
job.
That is a great sidestep. I like that. I like that.
That's funny.
Okay, so you got dudes to come in their pants. Were you aggravating the area, or they just went off?
Just went off.
Wow. Okay, very cool. How often does that happen?
I don't know. Well, that one was pretty obvious, but like the other times, like I don't really know.
But like, is it once a month, once a year,
Once a month.
once a month?
Like
I
a
don't know,
period.
it's
Oh, okay. We don't know.
It's like if you're working all week, it's probably like 2 or 3 times a week.
2 or 3 times a week, you get someone to come in their pants?
Yeah, if it's obvious. I mean, you don't ever know. Some guys will be
Yeah.
quiet about it, and then they'll just get up and walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like if they bought 3 dances, they'll just finish the 2 and be like, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Really?
You already know.
Yeah.
That's me. I would stick around for that last dance.
Of
I'd
course
be
you would.
uninterested,
You would.
but
You're
yeah.
gonna get your money's worth.
The first lap dance I asked the girl what she thought about the war in Iraq. That was the first lap dance I had, and then she was,
What year was it?
whenever we were in Afghanistan. It was,
that
a while
like
ago.
yesterday?
That was the
And she's
Yeah.
like, what? Where's Iraq?
Wow.
It really unhorned her up. She really
Oh, yeah. You should be like,
yeah.
oh, how's Vegas doing, huh?
yeah.
Okay, whoops. Bringing it down.
What are some of the perks of the job of working at a strip club? Probably the money.
The money, and then, well, where I work at, they serve alcohol, so I'm just like always getting drinks all night.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes, you do. But, so you weren't drinking prior to a little while ago.
No, what do you mean?
Wait, when did you start drinking? I thought you didn't drink or anything.
I
for-
started drinking like when I got out of high school.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. Don't want to. How long has that been? I don't know. Is that okay to?
That was like 6 years ago.
6 years ago. Okay, yeah. So out of high school.
Yeah, I didn't like in high school. Like I wasn't like the wild ones. Like we would go to parties and all that. No, I was like into sports and then homework, school.
You were into sports.
Wow.
Yeah,
What did you play?
I played softball,
I played softball.
basketball, volleyball.
Wow.
This is where you end up, right? Because there's no future in female sports, unfortunately.
Oh, Brandon.
This is where they have to be outed. This is more of a PSA to America. Hey, come on, let's develop our sports. They don't all want to go into stripping, but it's a fun time. How did you get into stripping just in the beginning?
Friends, bad influences.
Bad influence. That's always kind of how it starts. She
I
just
had
shared the story.
I talked about having a really bad boyfriend, and he like took me to another state, dropped me off at a strip club, and was like,
Wow.
"There it is." Yeah, so that's how I got into it. But then
That should be in
I
a
got
police
rid
report.
of him.
That should be in a police report.
Yeah, I
Uh-huh,
got rid of
uh-huh.
him, and then good things happened. So, but then I kept all the money. I was like, "Wait a minute,
is
I
good.
make this," because he would take my money. You know, have you seen those girls that have like pimps?
Yeah,
now?
I was about to say, he was
Yeah.
beating you?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was bad, but it's okay now.
Yeah.
He's long gone.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Your
Yeah.
own pimp now.
No, and I
like
brought a sex slave home because I found out she was in a similar situation and she was only 18. And then my husband got really freaked out. He goes, "Hide all the credit cards. Oh my God, what are you doing?" Because we didn't know her and she's going to stay the night. And
Yeah.
yeah. I was like,
Wow.
"What? I'm just trying to help her." But she went back to him. I was like,
She went back to him. Do you still talk to her?
I told her to call me if she ever needed help. But what do? Lead a fish to water? No,
Yep.
horse, whatever.
And just
Something. You lead something to water. I don't know.
R. Kelly's
And you
draw
hold
was
their
just
head
too
down.
powerful. What's that?
Yeah.
R. Kelly he runs a sex
Oh,
slave thing.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
Did you guys
He's
hear about
scum.
that?
He is
No.
scum. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets these girls that are upcoming singing artists, and they are so excited to be around him, and then they sign away their rights. They quit talking to their parents. They're young, and then he keeps them in this house or something, and won't let them out, and films them having sex with him, and like blackmails them.
Yep.
What?
And he keeps the girls segregated. He keeps them away from each other. And then occasionally he'll let them talk to each other only when he wants them to have sex with each other. It's really quite twisted. I'm not a fan of his music anymore after that. He's not Michael Jackson good.
I never
I'll still listen to
really was
Thriller.
a
That's
fan.
a great
Yeah, I
album.
wasn't
The whole
either.
urinating thing. Yeah.
I was gonna let that slide if it was an underage girl, but it's underage. Come on, man. You can't pee on kids.
It's
Got to be an adult to decide to get
It's
peed on. I
bad.
think we all agree on that. Jamie, right? He's giving a
So-
thumbs up. Yeah, that's true.
I wanted to do the Yelp reviews. I have this segment where I like to. I don't know if you've ever looked up Yelp reviews of strip clubs. If you've never done it, guys, you need to look up Yelp reviews of strip clubs. It's really fascinating. We're focusing on this looks like my friend, by the way, Stephanie. This was from Sam's Hofbroth. Well, Stephanie says, "I do not look like her." I go, she's pretty. I don't see what the problem is.
Probably to her it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, I guess not. I thought she was attractive. So we're focusing on the Bay Area right now. This is kind of a long one. I thought you seemed scholarly. You could read this. 2 stars out of 5. This is Noelle M.
I love the implication, by the way, is that we can't read well, all of us. You're right. You are right, but still.
I can't read well. I don't.
I ain't read
well,
too
you
good.
probably did better in
I
high school
ain't
than
read
I
too
did. You
good.
sound better.
I have no interest in the girls, but as soon as a lunch buffet is tossed in the mix, I'm there.
Why
The
not?
chicken was good, but the mac and cheese was perhaps the worst I ever had. The tablecloths are too long and cause me to tip my drink, which an employee confirmed they do on purpose.
Oh my
Naturally,
God.
the
This
drinks
guy.
were ridiculously weak anyway. Although there for the food, a couple of the dancers stood out.
Why would you not go to a strip club for the food? I'm just saying. You know.
No, this is a guy, by the way, who's writing the review, and his wife is right behind him. Like, oh, I didn't really care for the strippers, but the food, though. Let me really, honey, this is why I went.
Mac
This is
and
why I
cheese
went.
is to die for.
One stopped the show to ask everyone if the phone left was theirs. Another felt the need to
Courteous.
talk to females that were there with the man. We go for the show, but the ambiance was destroyed. Note, ladies are allowed entry without being accompanied by a dude, as is not the case at other spots. Be forewarned, bachelorette parties can take over.
That was just weird. Okay. This one is Adriana C. I think that's a girl, huh? Ariana. How do you say that?
Ariana, yeah.
Ariana. Okay, see, I
Okay,
can't
okay.
spell. I can't read or spell.
I just guessed by the shape of the word. I didn't even really read
Oh,
it. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. This is OMGGGG. Like, oh my God, 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 God. Their wings and fries were so bomb. Again with the food. What? Okay. I thought we were going for the tits. Like, it's so weird. Like, I'd go back for that bomb ass food. The girls are really nice, of course, but I mean, the food. But they don't have enough on the floor. Like, you gotta go fucking hunting. And she says that, fucking hunting. Like, place is really clean. I mean, you don't see that every day in a strip club. They're usually filthy. Prices are typical for San Francisco, $20 a song. Most of the waitresses are cuter than what was working it. Some let you touch, but not all. I like that. Oh, you get the 5-star. Haley. These are all chicks,
okay.
by the way. Commenting.
Took one. Okay, what if I really read like that? That would be really sad.
How did they?
No, I can read. I can read. I can read. I
Okay.
can read. Damn it.
You went to college.
Probably. Took one of my girls here for her first time. ... She didn't know what she was getting herself into. We met James at the front door and knew it was going to be an interesting night.
Ooh, James.
I can't say what happened, but James made my friend feel more comfortable
Oh.
knowing her boyfriend loves the strip club. LOL. I don't know what the fuck she's
Inside
talking
joke?
about.
I don't know.
This is. Real quick, have you guys? Has anyone here? Have you've been to a male strip club?
Yeah, in Vegas.
Have you been to a male strip club?
No.
Do you have any interest to go?
Well, I heard that male strippers are all gay though.
Yeah.
So
I went for a bachelorette party.
was it fun though?
Oh, this
was
is
fun,
ruining the
yeah.
illusion.
Yeah.
This is like hearing from strippers that they don't really love their customers. Do
Wait.
you love any of your customers? Plead the fifth. Plead the fifth. Plead
they-
the fifth.
They could be watching. I love you all.
Yeah, they are creepy
I love
enough
you
to
all.
be stalkers. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, love everyone.
That's fair. That's fair. But so at a male strip club, just the penises are out.
No, they're not totally naked. They wear like a thong. It's like flapping around, like slappity slap, slap, slap.
So you don't actually see rod.
They'll flash you.
They'll flash you.
Yeah, and somehow they're hard. I don't know.
That's
But there's, like-
performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
We know this.
At
division,
female
yeah.
strip clubs, the guys are quiet and sit there all like, and the male strip clubs, there's old women like, like throwing
God.
shit at the guys. Like you're like, whoa, grandma went crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How did you have any friends that responded like that really wanted to basically fuck these strippers?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess they
Yeah?
did want to fuck them. I don't know what was happening. It was Vegas. We were all drinking.
Okay, and real quick, so
heavily.
are they allowed to show shaft, or they just are gentlemen enough they don't want to show bring the penis out like that?
I don't know what the rules were, but they would flash, 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 flash.
That's weird.
And I bought the Bachelorette a dance. They were like $20 a dance. He would like lick, like they went the extra mile. Like they didn't
Ew.
lick there, but they would lick like your skin. And we're not gonna.
Have you ever licked a customer?
No.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's not happening. No.
Okay.
I'm even scared to take a piece of gum. I'm like, I don't know what's in that. Where that's been.
How about this creepiest strip club story? What do you got? And then just pick from the one of many that you probably have.
I think creepiest?
Does anyone just whip their dick out ever?
Yeah,
I
actually,
feel like
yeah,
that happens.
That happened. Like I was giving somebody a dance, and I was like facing the other way, and I didn't notice, and yeah, they got their dick out.
What do you say? We got a flasher.
No,
What do you say?
I like flagged down like the security, and he came, and then I was like, he went up like close to me, and I was like, he has his dick out, like watch, and then I moved away, and he seen it before like he can cover himself up, and then like he grabbed him, and like threw him out of the club.
Did you see it go from like hard then to completely soft when
I
you saw the
didn't
security
look.
guy? You didn't look?
Oh,
I'll look. Even I will just, if there's a hard piece, I'll just look. I'll
You would
glance
look?
at it. I would glance at it. It's out there. It's unusual to see. There's a human curiosity element to it. I don't know. Yeah. Right? Yeah, this guy knows what I'm talking about. No. I'm on my own. Jamie, back me up here.
I mean, when I'm curious,
Nope. Got no
curiosity
backup.
strikes, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it's out there, I'm going to look. I don't
I've
know.
had that, and I gotta put it away. Slap 'em.
Really?
Yeah.
You slap him on the dick, or where do you
No.
put him on?
On the
Put that
chest.
thing away.
I'm like, stop it. Okay, you're gonna get me in trouble. Stop it.
Okay.
I think
okay.
that's because I've been doing it since, like forever, that I would just be like, stop. Like, Like when I first saw it, I was like, ah! And I got the manager. But then, no.
Okay. So that is creepy. But is there anything you have creepier?
Well, yeah, someone tried to get violent one time.
Violent.
Yeah, they had like a knife on them.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh, that is
'Cause,
creepy.
They try to be like cheap, like they wanted to dance, right? And then like when I was like, okay, like it's over, they were like, no, more, and I was like, well, do you have more money? And then they're like, yeah, I do, don't worry. And I was like, okay, well, give me the money first. Like I'm not gonna do anything, like pay me after.
This
No.
is great. Yeah, yeah.
And then he like went like this, and he had a knife on him, and I was like, okay, like I don't want a knife, like I want money. And he's just like, and he's like, don't worry. And I was just like, okay, like hurry up, like I'm getting annoyed. And then I like try to walk away, and he like grabbed me, and then I was like, what the fuck?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Did he ever pull the knife out?
Yeah, he did pull it out, but I mean, he didn't like show me it, like he was gonna stab me, but like he pulled it out like to try to scare me, and I was just like,
Oh my
okay,
God.
I'm not gonna get scared over that. And he's all like, just give me a
Jesus.
fucking dance, and I was just like, well, give me the fucking money. And he's all like, whatever, you're a fucking bitch. I know where the fuck you work at, and I was just like, okay, like I'll be here on these days
Oh
at this
wow!
hours. But that was like, a
Did
weird
security
one.
get called?
Yeah, after that. But I mean, he left like before I had time to go tell the security. But yeah, they got it on camera.
Oh God! Hopefully they fuck his ass up for that.
Well, he never went back after
You
that.
know,
but still. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
like
creepy.
thinking like he's gonna go to another strip club and like try to
Yeah.
to the girls.
Yeah. Okay.
I had a guy put me in a headlock once.
What?
In
Yeah.
a headlock. Oh
Headlock, and then I punched him.
No way.
shit. Nice. How did the headlock start?
I know.
Because
What
he's
was
like
it?
trying to kiss me, and I was like, no, get off me. And then he wouldn't, and I punched.
Oh
Did
my
you
Yeah.
punch him
God.
like hard?
Well, probably not hard, but as hard as I could.
Jesus.
I know. And then the bouncer saw it and came over. Like, what the heck's going on now?
Hopefully tuned him up a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. He got
Good.
thrown out.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No, I thought these were gonna be like funny creepy, but no. This is like,
Weird.
yeah. No. This is that's awful. That's terrible. That's really bad. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You
well,
learned self-defense. It's fine.
there should be a special stripper martial art. Something you can do in like tall heels, you know. There should be some sort
Stilettos
of work
could be a
around
weapon.
there.
Mhm.
So really heavy boobs, just knocking.
Wow.
Well, now there's girls with the fake asses that are really heavy. They like one hit my friend, and she said it knocked her drink out of her hand because the girl got up and moved too fast, and she's like, "Whoa!"
Wow. Yeah.
It's like this big old fake ass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that what we're seeing a lot in the strip clubs now? A lot of
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
fake
Oh.
asses. Fake
Yeah.
asses. With the,
Fake asses, fake boobs.
asses are huge right now. Hold on. What are you booing?
Fake.
The fakeness or the asses or what are you?
The fakeness.
But you like. What about fake tits?
I like them natural, dog.
I feel like
They're
we're.
all natty.
I feel like we've accepted fake tits as a society, and now eventually, I think the next generation and future, our children's children, will love fake asses, and we'll be like the grandpas and grandmas saying, "Oh, we don't," but they'll love it. We'll have to progress, advance.
Like the older hippies now are like, anything fake is bad, and then we'll be like, oh, No, but our kids' will be like, fake asses are where it's at.
Yeah,
So
they'll have-
do they use
Really?
silicone for that?
I
Also?
don't. Do you know if it's
I'm
silicone?
glad
or,
you asked.
Like some of the girls that I work with, they get the injections.
Yep.
Oh.
It's their own fat injected
I think
into their
that's
asses.
better than the implants.
That's economical.
yeah.
That's
So
like
it's
using
just
every part of the buffalo.
redistribution?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
injections of that though.
I heard they take it
Oh, you're
injections.
talking about the Brazilian butt lift. That is.
Okay, well now
No, they're doing
we've stumbled into your
injections.
expertise almost.
Mm.
Go on,
Yeah,
tell
they're
us.
doing
Tell us the
injections,
tales.
Like, it's like not even. They go to like Mexico for that shit.
Okay, what are they?
It's not legal here.
It's not even legal
It's
here.
not legal here.
Oh.
No, not that. Not the injections they're getting.
Oh.
Like a lot of the strippers too. Like when I go to strip clubs, just like party, and then I'll be like, "Dang, your ass is big. Is it real?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, it's real." And then we'll be like, me and my friend will be like, "Bitch, it's not real. Like we know."
You can tell when it's
Huh.
not real.
And then like other girls will be like, "No, I got like injections," and we'll just be like, "Oh, what kind of injections?" She's like, "You know, like not the ones that are like legal."
Oh.
So it's like some
Really?
liquid form. I don't know like exactly what it is.
Who? Wow. What are they putting in their asses?
They don't care.
This is.
As long as it's
Like
big.
one day it's gonna explode because it's like radioactive. They're like,
I
there's
know, I've
something
seen
in my
pictures,
ass.
like on the internet of it like rotting or like turning like discolored and shit. And I'm just like, that's nasty. Like you put that in your body and you don't even know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, at least make it
Wow.
organic. Whatever it is, can we fair trade source this? Right? Is
Are
is it local? We want to know. Is it local?
Are there ass cheek cancer things out there? Like, you know, because like, like I don't know if it's rotting. Isn't that? I don't
I
know.
know.
I'm thinking of like horrible disease things.
Well,
Good.
there's like rectal cancer.
Well, yeah, but that's inside the butt. We're talking about outside the butt.
And you could get skin cancer, I'm sure.
You're like, I got the ass rot. That's what it would be. Oh, that
Not
went well,
good.
didn't it?
This is our most horrifying episode yet. This is really. This
Very
is
informative,
amazing.
though.
This is
Informative.
amazing.
Yeah.
How about a great night at the strip club where you're like, I am damn glad to be doing this job.
Actually, I had a good time with one of my regulars. He just showed up,
Mhm.
which I like because I don't really have to dance on him. And he got me a $200 pair of heels.
Nice.
What?
They're super nice, yeah. And he just like pretty much pays me just to sit there and talk with him.
Love
There's a few
that.
clients like that. They're like actually
That's
good
so
clients.
cool.
That's very cool.
I mean,
That's a great night.
what
Mhm.
a loser, but an amazingly generous fellow.
To guys, it's losers. To us, we're like, oh.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
So
Like we
sweet.
prefer them.
Yeah.
No, that's absolutely fair. I recently heard about financial humiliation. Have you heard about this?
No.
There's another comedian I know who he had a girlfriend who was, you know, very well endowed in the bosom area and the bottom, so she attracted a lot of males. And one of the things that the males would like to do just to talk to her on the phone. And then one guy in particular liked financial humiliation, where he would call her up and basically give her his debit card number and PIN and checking account number, and then she would just go on Amazon and spend all of his money. And she even bought my comic friend like a pair of shoes for him, and it's very fucked up. And the guy got off on
get
that.
in on this?
Exactly.
I
And that's what I
really-
said too. I'm like,
I
I want some of that, please. And yeah, so that's
I'll just take care of my wish list right on Amazon. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, check.
yeah. It'll be like one of those time shopping sprees for you, you know? You're just like 2 minutes. Huh, click, 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 click. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Love it. Well,
I feel like
Yeah.
the way I am financially, I'll never find out if I'm into that. Like, I'll never have enough money to. She'll be like, oh, $35. Oh, wow. Like, yeah. well, that's
you're
what
like,
it
I
is."
found it on the floor at a strip club. Here you go.
I made money that night. We laughed, but I made money. I paid.
Yeah, I hate
Actually, a friend covered the cover, and then I went in there, and there was money on the floor. It's crazy.
And you picked it up, I can't believe
He
it.
picked it
Who's
up.
gonna get that money?
And he
At the end of
didn't
the night,
buy
who's
a
getting that
dance.
money?
It goes to the girls.
Yeah.
Well, which girl does it go to?
The last one on stage.
The last one on stage gets
Or-
that.
Tip another girl with it.
Yeah.
At least recycle it.
I didn't have a job at that point, so that had to go. Had to.
Wow.
Every
Go back
stripper is gonna
in.
hate Brandon.
I was one of the biggest piece of shit people that would go to strip clubs. I was the exact person that you would hate because I would never spend any money. And then I learned this thing in Mexico, which is terrible. You guys are probably gonna want to punch me, and if you guys want to, that's fine. It'll make for great video. But I learned this in a Mexican strip club, and then I brought it to an American strip club, and I got a little bit more kind of irate responses, where if I wouldn't be able to afford the lap dance, but when a stripper would come up and ask me if I wanted a lap dance, I would say, maybe turn around and let me just see what you're working with, and then I'd be like, no. And then I did it in an American strip club, and then one stripper like went off and almost kind of like cried, and then she brought over, I guess, the mom stripper, and she bitched me out for a good while as to why I shouldn't do that. So that's
Wow.
that's like a former me. That was years ago. I'm reformed. I mean, partially reformed. I did pick up. I told you, I'm not a good. It's better that I don't go to strip clubs very often because I'm not.
Brandon, I'd love for you to get like semi-nude and heels, and we're just gonna judge you. We're gonna say, "Can you turn around?" Ooh.
No, and I
Your
wouldn't make
ass
any
has
money.
A little bit of hair on it. We just, that's really disgusting.
A lot of hair. A lot of hair. Could use a sugaring. Is that what they're doing now?
Yes, sugaring. Yeah.
Sugaring?
Yeah.
Sugaring?
Very good. You know that.
What do you guys go for Brazilians? What do you guys do?
Sugar.
You go for, what do you do?
I'm trying to save money. Now I'm shaving, but I was sugaring.
You like shaving?
I don't like it. No, but
No one likes
I'm
to
trying
shave.
to save money. Okay.
Economical. What do you do?
I've done just the Brazilian.
The
Actually, my
Brazilian.
friend told me about the sugaring.
Sugaring is
Heard about
nice. I
sugaring.
like sugaring.
For those not in the know, sugaring is this paste of sugar made from something
Lemon.
organic, lemon and
Yeah.
sugar, like a honey thing.
Honey, lemon, and sugar.
And
I
then
think
they
it is.
put it on the skin, and it's supposed to grab the hairs out better than wax.
Because it doesn't stick to the skin, it sticks to the hair. Where
Yeah.
wax sticks to the skin and hair.
Yeah.
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 It's
yeah.
less like abrasive on the skin.
What about bleaching of assholes? Has that made it into the? That was a thing. They tried to
It was a
push
thing,
that.
Yeah.
The porn industry they have like a hidden agenda all the time. Sometimes it works. The Brazilian, now that's very popular. It started in porn. They were trying to push for a while the bleached asshole, and I don't think that ever caught on.
I don't think it has. I don't know of anyone.
I feel like,
Do you, Jonathan? No.
I had a friend ask me just like a few weeks ago. She's like, "Do you know of any salons around here that do like anal bleaching?" And I was like, "I don't know. Why are you asking me?" And she's like, "I'm just asking you." I was like, "I know they sell creams online." I only knew because of the Kardashians are promoting it.
Oh, they are?
the Kardashians are promoting anal bleaching.
Well, now it's going to be a
It's called
thing.
Cash Spa. It's supposed to be really good, actually. It's
Really
all
good
the
for
intimate
what?
Areas. Like you can put it on your nipples if you want them lighter, or like.
What about darker?
You want darkness?
Yeah, my nipples are so light.
You were born with a gift,
I know.
sweetie.
I always
Born with a
put
gift.
lipstick on them, like back when I first started, and
Really?
the house mom was like, "Stop! What are you doing?"
And there's girls out there trying to make it lighter.
We all want what we don't have,
Right?
That is so true.
It's true.
But so bleaching is though it's just to make the asshole skin lighter.
Yeah.
If you're dark in that area, yeah.
If you're dark in
You'll
that
just
area.
like lighten it.
Okay. I'll do the sugaring. I'm not going to do a bleaching, but I might do a sugaring. That might be a thing. That's
I
real.
know a girl.
That's real. You know a
Yeah.
girl that sugars?
Yeah. I know a couple.
We'll talk
yeah.
after this.
Yeah, we
will
will.
talk
We will
after
talk.
this.
I know someone that specializes in men too.
What happens the first time after you get bleached or sugared? Does it bleed?
No.
No, what the hell?
Doesn't it? You're pulling out hairs there. What if it's the first time? When I was in college, there was a girl.
They put powder and they go like this.
Powder's not going to fix that. I had my girlfriend at the time got a Brazilian for the first time, and then when she came back, it looked like someone had beat up her pussy. It was very red and bruised and fucked up. But apparently the Brazilian lady said it would get better after you do it for a while. So I don't know if I'm going to go in for a sugaring for the first time. I'm just going to, like someone fucked up my ass. So I got into an ass fight, I feel like that would be something like in a male strip club. Like that's how they settle matters. There's an ass fight. Someone brings a blade. I don't know.
Oh.
Some blade in the asshole. I
Wait.
don't know. Jamie,
What?
back me up. Thumbs up. Jamie.
Oh, nobody knows what to say now. We have run over our time, but
But okay, real quick, just to settle it. So there'll be no blood if I get sugared.
I don't think.
I think so.
I will hold you guys to that.
I'll come
Okay.
watch.
You can watch. That's fine.
All right, we'll film. Shit, let's do it.
What do I do? Do I get? I guess I would get a woman to do it because if
My
you
friend
do
Jessica does it.
okay, so let's get this
funny.
out of the way first. how do you do it? What do I, if I want to get my butt waxed?
She would lay you on your back and make you like a baby like this and go.
Oh, okay. Can I turn over? How do you get?
I don't think so. You might be able to do all fours.
All
Yeah.
fours? That's. I don't know.
I don't know with the male anatomy hanging down like a cow udder. No.
Ooh, no. I just want like a pole to hug onto. Is that an option? Is there a hugging pole in the office?
Maybe a pillow.
Maybe a pillow. Okay. Okay. Is that how you get a Brazilian? Do you go like happy baby, or is it the other way around?
Yeah, you just lay on your back.
Yeah.
On your back? Isn't that weird? Just someone you don't know, just.
They usually
Right?
talk to
For
you,
guys,
make you
this is
feel
weird.
comfortable.
What could they possibly say to make you feel comfortable?
Well,
About
when
that?
I go get a Brazilian, I go to the same girl all the time, so I'm like comfortable with her.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
we'll
Usually
just talk
do.
about like the
Yeah.
weekend or like whatever she's up to.
Do you undress with her there already, or does she just say like, "Take your pussy out now," or how does that go?
No, while she's like doing the wax, I'm just like undress,
Yeah, because they have to mix it,
Yeah.
like get it.
and then I'll
going.
just lay down.
Yeah.
She just does it.
Okay, but so then the first time though, how does she? What's the warm up convo to that? Hey,
Like you would getting your nails done.
Yeah.
do you say anything like,
They'll
anything
just try
like,
to talk to you to like relax you because they don't want you to like tense up or anything.
what happens if you tense up?
It's more pain.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. We don't know.
Nope.
We do not know.
No, we don't.
Jamie.
I know.
He knows. He knows. I believe it. He's enough of a pretty boy. I believe
Jamie is a pretty
you dabbled.
boy.
I
Yeah.
do believe you dabbled. Okay. Okay. Cool. Just wanted to get that out. Just wanted to know that.
Yeah. We'll get some hair removal going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are we good?
I think we're good.
Okay, I am so happy that you made it to our show.
Yay!
Anytime you want to come back, I would love that.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll buy you a special bottle of wine.
Oh,
so,
nice.
yeah, that was just Trader Joe's, but I'll get you like a really
That's so
fancy.
good.
Yeah, isn't it? It's like this new one they have. It's only $6.99. It reminds me of butter or Ron Bauer. Have you ever had Ron Bauer?
No.
Oh fuck, girl, I'll buy you Ron Bauer next time you come. That is a good
Is it a
wine.
white wine or
Bauer don't
It's a
fuck
white wine.
around.
Yeah, it's like a $50 bottle, but it is so good. I love it. Because I work in Newport doing nails, and these women would come in. They're like, "You can have some of that wine," and I tasted it. It's like, oh, I've seen the light. So now when I find wine that's like that, I'm like, it's very exciting. I know you guys are like, whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, ah. Okay. Anyways, I want to thank Jonathan Blake for coming. You were so fun. And Jamie, our producer Jamie. And of course, Brandon.
Yay!
And my booze. Okay,
Yay!
thanks.
And Aaron.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.